So due to the fact that Konami is finally giving us Duel Links content creators some free content to make videos and react to, it's time for your boy Watt007 to come out of YouTuber retirement and pretend like I never left YouTube for an entire month. What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And today's Duel Links video is a very big video because of the fact I'm going to be reviewing the new Forbidden Unlimited list that dropped a few hours ago. And this ban list right here is just absolutely insane. Now, when this ban list dropped, I was at work. So due to the fact that I was at work and I knew I wasn't going to be able to take a look at this for a ton of hours or make a video on this a ton of hours later, I decided to just take a peek at it while I was at work. And bro, I wish I was at home when this ban list dropped, because this ban list is so insane. As you guys can tell for the title and thumbnail of today's video, like, Konami is literally banning like every current meta deck in the game. Like, they are murdering Invoked, they are murdering SHIRANUI, Karakuri, Dark Magician. Dark Magician hasn't even been doing anything wrong recently, and they just absolutely annihilated the deck. And I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on this brand new ban list, and I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. But keep in mind, since I have not been playing that much Duel Links as I used to, if I have any hot takes or weird opinions, you know why. I just haven't been playing the game too much, because honestly there just hasn't been really anything going on. Like, Duel Links has not brought anything new to the table in November. November was like an extremely boring month, and the meta has been pretty much the same for a year. Like, it changed a little bit, but let's be real here. Like, Invoked has like been around for literally a year plus. Like, we needed some changes. The meta's been too stale, and there's just nothing really enticing for me to play the game. So with this new ban list, I'm hoping that we're going to get some awesome new decks soon to have a completely different meta. So I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, since I haven't been playing too much Duel Links as I used to, I'm going to have some hot takes. So hope you guys are excited for that. But before we get into my reaction on the new ban list, I got to give a shout out to all the YouTube members that have continued to support the YouTube channel. Big shout out to your boy Junior Flaws, Hazri, Xri, HFA Recon, Hope to Cruz, and Mr. KO1354 for being members at the Chaos Dragon Pioneer tier and the Misty Turtle Only fan tier. And without further ado, let's go get into the Duel Links review on this amazing ban list, because this ban list is insane. So first of all, when you open up this brand new ban list right here, fun fact, this ban list is going to be starting on December 15th. So enjoy your decks while you can, because when we click on this new ban list right here, a bombshell drops where your boy Invoked Cactus is now forbidden. And this card right here, it definitely needed to get banned. I know some people think this card didn't need to get banned, but other people did think this card needed to get banned, and I'm a-okay with this card getting banned, because while I don't think it was the most overpowered card in the game, it's still like not every single deck in the game had the ability to do non-targetable banishing. Because when you summon into this card, it cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. And while it would only really do like, even though you can attack with it in defense position, and even though its attack is very low, the fact that this thing could basically stall out your opponent made this card just very powerful. And just not every deck in Duel Links had non-targetable banishing. Now some decks do, like Every. Fortune Lady Every is a good example that could just easily get rid of this card, but still, like, not every deck was built for a scenario like that, and this card just had to get banned because, one, it's been around for way too long. Invokes have been around for way too long, and like I said, not every single deck in the game has non-targetable banishing. So I'm a-okay with this ban right here. It's gonna give me a breath of fresh air and not really needing to deal with this card. But then again, even though it was limited to one, not every deck played this card. It was just one of those things where, like, if the card did get on the field, it was really annoying. But there's that right there. So I'm okay with this ban. I think it needed to happen, and Invokes just needed to just be gone because it's been around for way too long. Next up, I'm not too sure what my thoughts and opinions are when it comes to this right here, because I have not been playing Duel Links as much as I used to. I know that Karakuri has recently been a pretty popular deck thanks to the new support of that UR Karakuri monster, which I thought the card was trash, but it made the deck meta, so that's cool right there. But looks like they're limiting one of the kind of core components of the deck to really slow down the consistency, because Konami states right here this card will be limited to decrease the consistency of Karakuri decks and reduce their ability to take control of the field when going first. Yeah, this card was cool because it is a search. I guess the reason why this card was pretty nice because this was a searcher, and then you would just search for that UR Karakuri and then go for your synchro summon right there. So that's probably why this card's getting limited. So yeah, they're just straight up taking out Karakuri, because again, I didn't like the Karakuri tuner monster for the fact that you can only summon into just machine synchro monsters. I thought that it really handicapped the potential of that card, but lo and behold, it made the deck really good. So it's kind of funny to see that happen. I was completely wrong with my assessment of that Curry UR card when I got added to the game. But yeah, this card searches for it, and then you go for a free synchro summon. That's kind of cheap, so I see why they're putting this to 1. So I agree with this too. But like I said, I haven't dealt with Curry. Like, for the little of Duel Links I played this month and last month, like, I didn't go against that many Curry decks, but I do know that the card or the deck was pretty spicy. Next up though, we're gonna get to the limited 2 stuff, and the limited 2 stuff is pretty insane right here, because first of all, Magician of Dark Illusion is going back to the limited 2 list right here. And I know a lot of Dark Magician players are going to be extremely upset for the fact that Magician of Dark Illusion is going to get to limited 2 list, and for one of the other cards that's on the ban list when it comes to Dark Magician. But trust me, the reason why Konami is hitting Dark Magician hard, even though the deck isn't as popular as it was, the reason why they're doing it is because since they're killing Invoked, Curry, and Shiranui, Konami knows that if they left Dark Magician as it was and didn't also put it on the ban list along with these other meta decks, Dark Magician would have been tier 1 again. And clearly, what I can tell from this ban list of looking at it earlier off video, I can tell that Konami just wants to hit every single meta deck in Duel Links so that a new meta can happen, because the game has been very stale. So while Dark Magician hasn't been as good as it used to been because of the other overpowered meta decks like Shiranui, Invoked, and Curry, they had to hit Dark Magician too, just so that like it wouldn't be meta again and that we could get some new decks moving forward. That's just my opinion though. That's just my opinion on that. But yeah, that's probably why this guy is going back to semi-limited list along with Magician's Rod. Now, what I'm super happy about, and honestly, I should be rejoicing more than I actually am, because like I just feel so dead inside, but it's just good to see. It's still good to see that like Shiranui is getting hit right here. Like Shiranui got murdered. Like they put 3 of their cards in the you know, limited 2 list. To be honest, with how much they're putting these Shiranuis into the limited 2 list, they might as well just ban all these cards, because of the fact that like, dog, they just killed the deck. Like, it is just unplayable, which is just absolutely hilarious. And I should be just, you know, just like celebrating so much, but I don't know. I guess it's just like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Maybe I'm in disbelief. Maybe I just don't actually care. I don't know. But hey, well, I'm going to be going into the PvP ladder. At least I won't need to complain about Shiranui anymore. So I'll take it, man. I'll take it. This is a great day for me. And maybe when I wake up tomorrow, I'll be like, you know what? It's going to be a good day today, because I know that Shiranui is going to get banned. Maybe, you know what? I'll properly celebrate when December 15th rolls around. That's what I'm going to celebrate, because then the deck is like dead. But yeah, I do like Konami's reasoning for why they're putting all these cards into the ban list too. This card will be limited to promote deck diversity, as Shiranui decks have been highly prevalent in ranked duels for a long time. Same with Spirit Master. And then I agree with Sun Saga right here. Every time Sun Saga would go into the field, it was so annoying to deal with. So I'm glad Konami is like, yeah, we're limiting this card because many decks have extreme difficulty with dealing with it. Yes, this card was such a pain in the butt to deal with. You just try everything you have to just try to destroy it. And it's like, nope, I'm going to banish my zombie. Nope, I'm going to banish my zombie. Oh, it was so annoying. But yeah, this ban list is just for Konami to just start over with a fresh slate and add new meta decks to the game 100%. But that's very cool right there. Next up, Crystron's tree is getting limited to reduce the win rate. So that's cool to see for Crystron's. And they're also getting rid of Scrap Recycler and Gen X Controller. So yeah, another deck that has been very popular for a very long time. Konami is just straight up murdering it. And yeah, recently Duel Links meta has put Crystron's back to tier 1 because the deck has been consistent again for whatever reason. And Konami's like, nope, we're going to put this down to the ground along with all the other meta decks, and we're going to make sure this deck is also dead. Because yes, Crystron's was a deck that has been around for a very long time and has been very competitively viable for an extremely long time. So Konami is just getting rid of all their core components right here. Getting rid of Scrap Recycler, which was able to pitch Crystron monsters to the graveyard to really get their combos going. So Scrap Recycler is getting to the limited 2 list. Tree also getting to the semi-limit 2 list so that they can't. So now Crystron's can go for their synchros. And then Gen X Controller was a card that comboed with Crystron to go for synchro summons. And this card just getting to limited 2. Poor Gen X controller and poor Gen X players that even play the deck in the first place. Yeah, thanks to Chris Johnson, your card got hit, so that's epic right there. But yeah, Chris Johnson, another deck that's been around for way too long, and Konami's just like, yep, let's just murder the deck, man. Like, that's all this ban list is just for them to just murder all the meta decks and have a fresh slate. Like, it's actually insane. So many people have been like whining and complaining for a new ban list, but thanks to that, everybody has to pay a price, and every deck in the game got hit. Like, it is insane. I'm in disbelief, but we out here. And the worst part too, even Dragonity's got hit a little bit. So Dragonity Census is getting hit, and Dragonity actually has been seeing some play because it's a very fast OTK deck and has been seeing play in the KC Cup. Dragonity is the type of deck that wouldn't win in a tournament format, but it's a very fast OTK deck that worked well in the KC Cup, so you actually have seen some players top in the KC Cup with Census. So what they're doing, and we'll talk about another Dragonity card that got hit later in the video, but this card right here got to the limited 2 list, and then a different card that was already in the limited 2 list got out, so it's doing like a quick swap right here. But this card was the card that really started Dragonities going for combos and whatnot, which is cool. And yeah, they just hit it to the limit 2 list because of just how good it was in the deck. But honestly, I don't think this hit is a big deal because, like I said, basically the equip spell for Dragonities that was on the limited 2 list, that got taken out of the limited 2 list, and then Census is now in the limited 2 list, so it's a quick swap. I don't think the deck is really gonna like die. Like, if anybody that plays Dragonity still, your deck isn't dead. It's just that it's just gonna be potentially a little bit harder to start for your combos, but still, your equip spell that you can search for your tuners is off the ban list, so you'll be fine. Like, Dragonity's gotta pass. It's just a quick swap. Like, they got hurt, but they'll survive. Next up at the limited 3 list right here, we have INVOKED, which is in limited 3. And the reason why this is a big deal is because Aleister the Invoker is in the limited 3 list. So now when it comes to Invoked, they lost their boy Coctus. And now that INVOKED is in the limited 3 list, they can't play 3 copies of Aleister the Invoker. So in decks that tech in Aleister the Invoker, if you're going to run like Yugi skill, Sorcerer's Kundal to search for Aleister, you can still kind of play invokes with like Purgatrio and whatnot. Like, I think any decks that are going to run Purgatrio and potentially the Earth invoked guy, I forgot what he was called, but if those decks run those cards, they can still survive, but it's still going to be harder to do. Like, I think Invoke still has potential to get teched in some certain decks, but like it's still not going to see that much play now for the fact that Invocation is at the limited 3 list, so you're forced to run 1 Invocation and 2 Invoker. That's basically what Invocation getting onto the limited 3 list means. You just can't easily go into Aleister as much as you would want to, or as consistently as you used to, so it kind of is an oofy. But yeah, no, this card getting onto the limited 3 list is nice for anybody that hated going against Invoked. And again, Konami's just trying to get a fresh slate and just murder every single deck of the game. Another card that is interesting is Fusion Reserve. Fusion Reserve was used to really recycle the Invoked archetype, as far as I can tell. Like, this card was kind of like a tech card that I've been seeing in a lot of Invoked decks. And yeah, well, it's nice about this card too, and the reason why this card was like a nice tech is because this was a card that you can use to search for your Aleister, but now you can't do that no more. So this card getting on the limited 3 list also hurts Invoked a ton, because yeah, if this card wasn't on the limited 3 list, then Invoked players probably be like, okay, I'll just run 2 Fusion Reserves now instead of 1. But yeah, Fusion Reserve is now going onto the limited 3 list, which is definitely a card you would not think would go onto the ban list, but it had some use, it had some competitive play, so I had to get hit. And moving on with the ban list, this hit right here just murders Dark Magician so badly right here. Like I've been saying this entire video, like, Konami's just trying to make a fresh slate, and the fact that Magician's Navigation and Magician's Rods in the limited 3 list just hurts the deck so badly, because now what you got to do if you want to just attempt to play Dark Magician. So while Magician's Rod is not in the limited 2 list, so due to the fact that Magician's Rod is not in the limited 2 list anymore and it's in the limited 3, you can still play Dark Illusion with your Dark Magician deck. You're going to want to rock like 1 or 2 copies of that, so probably 2 copies to be honest. And then you're going to probably want to play your 2 Magician's Rod still and like 1 Magician's Navigation. Like, that's probably all you can do now. Like, that's probably going to be the most optimal way to play it, because Magician's Rod can search for Dark Magical Circle or Magician's Navigation. So you might as well play your 2 Rod, search for Magician's Navigation, and then that's your 1 copy of Magician's Navigation. But what hurts so bad is the fact that if somebody like removes it with like Cosmic Cyclone, you're just done. Like Dark Magician will still probably see play, but it's gonna be like tier 3 or just rogue. Like it's just gonna be tier 3 or just rogue, because like it just hurts the deck so badly. It's not even funny, man. For me personally, I'm okay with it because Dark Magician was definitely a deck when it was at its peak potential, was an extremely obnoxious deck, so I'm okay with this. But for any Dark Magician players, man, I feel bad for you guys. And then this card right here that got to limited 3, I'm okay with this one. I saw armor, and Konami is stating that this card isn't as powerful as it used to be, so they're taking it off the limited 2 list and putting it on limited 3. So you can't combo assault armor and like some of the other limited 3 cards, which is cool. But yeah, if you want to play 3 copies of assault armor and you don't care about using Cosmic Cyclone, there you go, you can play this card again. So hero decks and whatnot can use it. That's pretty cool right there. So assault armor on the ban, off, or not off the ban list, but moved to limited 3 is actually a buff for this card, which is pretty cool. And then what's no longer on the list is a Divine Lance. Again, this card's getting unlimited because Dragonity, since this is getting limited in its place. Shadow Scout, which is interesting. This card right here is off the ban list now, so I guess if somebody wants to try to make mill decks a thing, Shadow Scout can be played. And then what's really cool right here is that Dampa, Marksman for Hire, is finally off the ban list. So while not all the for hire cards are off the ban list yet, it is cool to see this for hire off the ban list, because you could probably try to play for hires again, because this one right here was nice because you could target a face-up card in the field and destroy it. I think now we have both this one and then the other one that removes back row. So I think since both of them are off the ban list, Briars might be a viable deck again. I'll have to wait and see when December 15th rolls around. But yeah, that is awesome to see right here. And again, this ban list is insane, bro. This ban list is insane. Like, I really wish I would have been able to do a reaction to this ban list for all of you guys, because like this ban list is just insane and whatnot. But still, again, like I've said 20 bajillion times in today's video, Konami is just trying to make a fresh slate to add new meta decks to the game, and we'll just have to wait and see if it actually works out and pans out after December 15th. Fingers crossed that the next mini box is going to be a meta defining mini box, because mini boxes are hit or miss. Sometimes mini boxes add very meta and overpowered decks to the game, or they're just garbage and nobody wants to play them. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm looking forward to seeing what changes get added to the game, because I would love to get invested back into Duel Links, and hopefully a new meta will definitely help that happen. Anyways, though, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's ban list review on this brand new ban list. If you guys watched to the end of the video and you have not already, make sure to leave a like in the video right now and subscribe to my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. Other than that, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! video. Adios, everybody. Have a good day.